Hey, what's up guys? Ali here from mysocialyou.com and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, we're going to talk about Facebook ads and a change that we made to reduce the cost per lead by 5x. Before we jump into the demo, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and also like this video. All right, now let's jump right into this. And I'm logged into the Ads Manager right now. And here's the email subscriber campaign. We're generating email leads for one of our clients. Let me refresh this. And you see one campaign that's turned off. And if you look at that campaign, our cost per email lead was $6.12. It's right here, that data. And then we made the change and look at this campaign that's running right now. And the cost per lead is $1.11. So that's almost 5x improvement. That's a huge improvement. And first, let's look at the campaign that's turned off. So I'm going to click on View Charts. And you see the campaign ran for a few weeks. And then we turned it off on March 9th. That's when this campaign was turned off. And we did test several different audiences. So we tested the hot audience, the warm audience, and also the cold audience with this campaign because we were trying to generate the email leads. But if I go back and let's go inside this campaign. So here you can see there are 3 different ad sets that we tested, which means with 3 different types of audiences. But our email, the cost per lead was $6.34, $5.69, and $6.23, and the average came out to be $6.12. So, and we were always spending $10 per day. But then we changed things and we launched this campaign. And let's look at, we launched it like a couple of days ago. So let's look at the charts of this. So this campaign was launched on March 10th. So the other campaign was ended or finished on March 9th. This campaign was launched on the next day. So what's the change that we made that has improved our cost per lead by 5x? Well, we're using the dynamic creative inside the Facebook ads. And what dynamic creative ads are, basically you give Facebook different images and different headlines, and I'll show you everything in a second, but then you let Facebook optimize it based on your audience. And it's kind of like doing the A/B testing, but you let Facebook do the A/B testing. So let's go inside this campaign right now. So here's the campaign that's running, and we're targeting the ad set is all USA, which is the same ad set. The audience inside this is the same audience. If I go back here, so it's the same audience as in this ad set, and our cost per lead was $5.69, a little bit lower than the average, which was $6.12, but $5.69. Now, if I go back, it's the same audience. For now, it's the exactly same ad set. Now, if you go inside, so here is where the magic is. I'm gonna go inside the ad. And again, as you can see, $10 per day, same budget. So we got 14 leads so far. The cost per result or cost per email lead is $1.11. Amazing. And when I click on the ad, so I'm gonna go pretend like I'm editing the ad and show you how the dynamic creative ad is set up. So you can see how many variations we're testing. So let's scroll down. So this is the ad setup. I'm inside the ad setup. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 images. So we're testing inside the dynamic creative. By the way, if you want me to do a full tutorial on Facebook dynamic creative ads, leave me a comment below and I'll be happy to create a separate full video on that. But the idea is you give Facebook multiple creatives, multiple headlines, and then let Facebook optimize it for you. So if you look at this, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 images, and with slight variation, they're not like, the background, for example, on this one, the background is white. Here, the background is gray and white. So there's not a lot of huge variation. So, but we're testing 4 images. And if you scroll down, so here is our primary text. So that's like the call to action or the text that appears on the top of your image right here. So how many variations we're using? So here's the variation 1. Here is the variation 2. Here's the variation 3. And here's the variation 4. So we are using 4 different types of call to actions. And then the headlines, which appears right here, right underneath your ad. So we're using 2, or we're testing 2. Get the free book, because we're giving away a free book in exchange for an email. And the second one is download your copy, so 2. And then if we scroll down, the website URL is the same because we're sending traffic to the same URL or same landing page. And then if you look at the call to actions, we are testing multiple call to actions. Let's scroll down, and that's it. We're letting Facebook pick the right image, the right text, the right heading, the right call to action, and show it to our audience. That's the change that we made to decrease our cost per lead. And if I go to, let's zoom out, I'm going to click on view more variations. And in a second, I'll show you how you can create the dynamic ads if you were to do it for yourself. But here is I can preview different variations. So I can select the text that I want to see. I can select the image. I can select the headline. I can select the description. We don't have anything. And then I can also select the call to action. So if I want to see how different variations are working together and how do they look like to the audience that we're targeting, I can make some changes here. For example, if I want to see how my second ad image looks like, I can make that change. And look at that. Very, very powerful. And there are total 24 variations because I'm using 4 images, 4 text, 2 headlines, and then 3 call to action. So combining all, do the math, that seems like there are 24 different variations that are being tested by Facebook. So they're kind of doing the A/B testing for us, right? All right, let's go back. And now I'm going to show you how you can set something else. Where do you have to go and turn on the dynamic creative ad? So let's go all the way back. And let's say you're about to create a new campaign. So let's pretend like you're creating a new campaign and your objective, basically you'll see right here, the dynamic creative, it doesn't appear for all the objectives, but you can definitely create, if you select like traffic, you see how the dynamic creative option appears here, and also for conversion. So this is a conversion campaign. So when you do that, so you're gonna see a dynamic creative option that appears under the ad set. So I'm gonna click on conversion. Here's my test campaign, because now I wanted to show you where do you enable the dynamic creative, or how do you enable that. Let's continue. And when you are in your ad set area, look at this right here, dynamic creative. So provide the assets like images, headlines, even videos to for Facebook, so they can automatically generate, optimize the creative combination to your audience. So you have to turn this on, and then continue, and then make sure you set your audience. Now we're gonna go to the next step, which is let's resize this window. Continue. And now when you are in your ad creation setup, so in your campaign, you select the objective, and then in your ad set, you make sure you turn on the dynamic creative, and then when you're creating the ad, this is where the magic happens, because it's gonna give you an option to first, if this is the first time, I strongly recommend how do you create ads using dynamic creative. You can take a tour from Facebook and kind of learn the basics. But this is where when you add the media, you can add multiple images. Or here's another interesting thing. The campaign that I showed you inside this video, we're testing different images. You can also test different videos, right? Very powerful. So you can add multiple images from here. For example, let's see. I could add like 2 images. I'm not gonna create this campaign, but just to show you. And then if you scroll down, so here's your primary text. So I can say, text 1. Then if I want to add another option, text 2, and I can add up to 5. And then headline, you can add your call to action 1, and then call to action 2, and then keep on going. And then you can also do descriptions. And then you can add your website URL. I'm just gonna add a random website for now. That's not random, that's my agency website, isocialyou.com. But this is how you create the dynamic creative ads. You basically give Facebook the assets, the headlines, the call to actions, even the buttons, and then let Facebook optimize it for your audience. Very, very powerful. And we're going to test some more. And like I said, if you want to learn more about using the dynamic creative ads, maybe with images and videos, let me know in the comments below, and I can create a separate detailed tutorial and cover everything in detail. For now, in this video, I wanted to show you how, by using this simple strategy, let's go back, because I don't want to save that. We were able to reduce the cost per lead on one of our campaigns by 5x by using the dynamic creative ads inside the Facebook Ads Manager. If you have any questions on this video or any of the topics we covered, make sure you ask those questions in the comments below. Before you go, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and also like this video. Thanks again for tuning in today. I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye for now.